Jeepers Jones, I didn't realize it had been this long since the last part. Okay, so obviously I owe you all an explanation. I promised you a part 2 over a year ago, and it's here now. But why so long after? Well, number one, because I didn't think it would blow up like it did. Second off, I planned initially to have a part 3 set up, but my editing was too slow. I'll explain a bit about that later. Also, the reason I'm even able to upload is because I discovered my computer isn't as broken as I initially thought. It still functions, the hinge is just broken, so I won't be uploading as frequently as is normal. So without any more waiting, let's get into our Ben Phillips' Pranks Fake, Part 2. So if you recall my last one, I said I believed that Ben's pranks weren't all fake, and that I thought the ones where he shot on only an iPhone were real. But upon rewatches of some, I found several that I now with hindsight believe to be fake. Now I have a better way of saying this. I believe all of the simple pranks like the tattoo one, or the shower gel one, or the makeup one, to be real. All of the more extravagant and unbelievable ones of the early iPhone era are fake. Let me show you. So, firstly, we have this one where Ben superglues Elliot to the cushion of a sun lounger. They end up going to the hospital, having it removed, and running from security. First of all, clearly the cushion is stuck to his shirt, so why doesn't he just take it off? They cut it off later at the hospital, so why did they need to waste their time? It's not like they don't own scissors. Then there's the whole business of security getting called for no reason. Then, when talking to the alleged security,
both of you wait here now, the police are on their way.
He's done nothing wrong.
They then proceed to run away, and the issue never comes up again. Now this one seems like a maybe to me, because in the UK if you run from the police, they do kind of let you go, because if they have the number plate, they have all the information they need. However, in this instance, there was no police to run from, and they just ran from security. The reason this could be plausible is because there really was no reason for security or the police to be called in this instance. Maybe Elliot's screaming, but when was the last time there was no screaming in a hospital? The next one is the cement foot prank, in which Ben takes a bucket, fills it with uncured cement, puts Elliot's feet into it, and waits. Elliot wakes up and tries to get out of it. He angle grinds and almost blows himself up with a firecracker that he calls C4 and is left in the rain by Ben. Okay. Firstly, there is no way he can't get out of this. You can even see in some shots his feet starting to come out of it. Cement takes around 24 to 48 hours to cure enough to walk on, and even longer if someone is going to drive on it. Secondly, I don't even think this is real cement, because if you put any part of your body into uncured cement, a chemical reaction will occur, causing severe chemical burn. It doesn't matter if he has socks on or not. Finally, we have this one, the red dye car wash, in which Ben covers Elliot's car with supposedly permanent paint, which leads to Elliot running around town trying to get it off. The problem is, at the very end, when he tries to blow it up, all the paint has magically disappeared. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's move on to the next segment here, the Bro Mansion. So the Bro Mansion was a series of videos uploaded after Ben's return that he used to promote his new product called the Bro Box. And what it was a sitcom type format where he and his friends and his girlfriend all lived in the house and got up to all sorts of shenanigans. It's entertaining, but it's also painfully fake, such as in this one with the subplot of a pregnancy test is never followed up on. Spoiler, because it wasn't real. It was just there for views. What follows is the same type of formula, followed by several painful Elliot Giles takeovers, which I went into more in the last part, so go check that out. Also throughout, Ben straight up lies to his audience that one of them will be selected to live with them.
We are looking for one Team Brofo member to join the Bro Mansion! All you gotta do is like the video, subscribe, turn the notifications on, and comment #BroMansion.
But in reality, there already was someone living there. That is this guy, Jake Smith. He is the new guy that played the blurred face roles that Connor Thomas used to. He'll show up again later. Then, once the Bro Mansion ended, he uploaded a series of pranks, 2 of which are real. One where he convinces Elliot he's invisible, the second one where he scares Elliot by trapping him in the sound booth they own, and putting Jake, dressed as the ring girl, in there. The fake one is this one, which Ben used to promote his book. Basically, he quote-unquote superglues Elliot to a cutout of the book, drives him to the sea, and leaves him there. We then cut to an alleged vlog video where Ben is about to renovate a room into a game room, but Elliot shows up with a sunburnt face saying his shoes got blown to Ireland, and he was given pleasure by an octopus, and that a seahorse went up his ass, which is clear bull. Okay, next he uploaded Spooky Sundays, which was a series of fake exploration videos that always ended with them running because allegedly they saw something, and this is no exception. But if you've been on the internet for long enough, you'd know that these types of videos are nothing new and aren't really unique. Anyway, in this one, Ben takes Elliot, Carl, Tristan G, Connor, and a guy we'd never seen before at this point, also called Ben. So to avoid confusion, I'm just going to call him Ben too.
Wow.
Anyway, they explore this castle. There's tons of shaky cam, so if they do see something, then it's immediately taken out of frame with gasps and more shaky cam. Then, guess who goes missing? If you guessed Ben 2, you're right. So he goes missing, they allegedly see a body, and then Ben 2 comes back like it never happened. But it's revealed he lost his phone because earlier they tried calling him and they heard heavy breathing, because of course they did. After this, several pranks followed, but I want to pump the brakes a minute and explain something here. Most of these pranks were room pranks in which Ben does something to Elliot's room, which confines him there as he tries to fix whatever has been done. However, this room isn't his room. How do I know this? Well, firstly, in each intro, it begins with Ben standing outside Elliot's room, and something is off. It's that the walls beside it are massive, and Ben has plenty of space to move around. When in previous videos in the house, it shows that Elliot's room is clearly located right beside the stairs and then adjacent to what I presume to be Ben's room. I think they may have moved out of this house. One, because Ben is rolling in it, suspiciously so, but if you want to see more of that, I recommend a video that was done by the YouTuber CoffeeZilla. He explains it better than I ever could. But anyway, back to my point. Why on earth would Elliot still be living in this tiny house when Ben has several mansions? Well, you might say that Ben's a dick, but I don't think that's entirely true, as he has been shown to take care of his family before, like when he moved his grandparents out of their old dingy house into a nice new one. Two, because most of the footage is clearly archived from previous videos, so that begs the question, where is this room? Well, let me turn your attention to this video, the superglue ladder prank. It's your standard formula. Elliot is superglued to a ladder and wreaks havoc across town trying to get it off. At the beginning of the video, we can see in the storage area a door with large walls that looks eerily familiar. That's right, I believe this is the door used for Elliot's room, and we never see anything other than the walls outside of it, so the room we've been seeing is just a set. On to the analysis. Now, obviously I can't analyze each one because there are hundreds. I'd like to bring your attention to this one though, catnip pizza. It begins with Ben telling the audience that Elliot has ordered pizza because he's streaming, and that he has decided to put a load of catnip on it. He admits in the intro that he doesn't actually know what it does to humans, and that'll be important later.
I thought we took a load of this catnip, put it on this pizza, and see what happens to a human being.
Anyway, he puts it on the pizza, and Elliot thinks it's herbs, and I'm sorry, but what human being eats like this? Anyway, he proceeds to have a cocaine-like reaction to it, throwing kettlebells like they're Pokeballs and running around the office with his shirt off, which is what you'd expect from catnip, but this is wrong. The reason it's fake is because Ben has no clue what it does to humans. What it does do is cause drowsiness and is used in medicine for anxiety and stress relief, also for insomnia, so if he really was on catnip, he'd just feel tired or go to sleep. What followed this were hundreds more fake pranks and new things in an attempt to be relevant, like Ben and Elliot on the road, which is allegedly still going, and like the time Ben claimed that one fake video was made by Elliot, Tristan, Craig, and Jake, where he would bring Mac Farmer, Chris, and Carl. He would go on to prank Craig and Jake, but not Elliot and Tristan, since he didn't account for prank miss and all that jazz, so they allegedly resolved the problem, and that was it. Once again, an example of Ben lying to his fans and hyping up something that would inevitably never go anywhere. Then something interesting is that Elliot got his teeth fixed and bleached, which is odd since Ben has gone to great lengths to get him to not. And that seems to be all there is worth mentioning. Sure, I could go on and analyze each video, but what's the point? The likelihood is that Ben himself will never see this, and there are way too many videos to analyze. However, something curious is that Ben doesn't really get as many views anymore now. It's just a couple thousand, and considering that his vlog channel has devolved into nothing but the glorification of gambling, I really don't think he'll ever reach the heights he once had. Also, the characters who made his channel popular, like Marge, Nana, and Grandad, have all since passed away, and Carl and Chris have left, and shockingly haven't said anything because Chris isn't on the internet and Carl probably wants to shut up just in case things don't go his way, so he'll be hired back. But what is the point of this video and the last one? Why did I make these? Well, for one, because no other YouTuber that I know of has really looked for evidence and then presented it in the way I have. And hell, most of what I'm saying is just speculation. But I feel incomplete in a way, knowing that this liar, this con man, has been getting away with this for so long and still is. To this day, he hasn't acknowledged or admitted to a thing, claiming it's just people jealous of him, which is a shame and really puts into perspective what type of person he is. And it's also a shame, because the real ones are quite good content. And as I said before, all his videos are quite entertaining. But entertaining or not, it's not okay to lie to your fans just so you can stay relevant. Again, I'd like to bring up CoffeeZilla's video where he explains how Ben has been scamming his audience. Hell, watch that when you're done here. Look, Point is, I really hope you, the audience, have enjoyed this, and who knows, maybe I'll do a part 3 depending on how well this one does, or I'll keep doing deep dives like this if you guys want it or not. As for Ben, he won't be stopping anytime soon, but I can tell you this, as long as he keeps uploading, neither will I.